Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a comic book haul, as you can tell from the title. We've done one of these before and we'll leave a link to that if you haven't checked it out. And we were at our local comic book store probably a couple weeks ago now. We just happened to stop in because we were getting like a board game for Steven's birthday. That was back in July, and the neighboring comic book store had like a random, 40% off sale?
Yeah, it was like 40% off because it was the shop's birthday.
Yeah, which is crazy. So we got a lot of the big ones because these tend to be a lot more expensive, the volumes, and we kind of went to town on it. I think we got, $160 worth of comics?
Almost $170.
Yeah, for like $100, which is amazing.
It is a steal for these big volumes because too often, like, something like this thick ends up being like a $50, $60 comic, and it was a great deal.
So the first one I got is iZombie. We have loved this show since it started. I think we started watching it when it first aired, and I really like it. Some people think it's really cheesy, but I really like the cheesy aspect of it. And they're based off these comics, the TV show is, and it actually, the intro of the TV show has like little comic strip intro thing, so it ties it into the comics a lot. But our local store had pretty much every single volume, so I'm excited to see how this differs from the show, and I really like the artwork. It's like dark but colorful, so right up my alley.
Yeah, it's really cool. And one I picked up was the big volume of The Immortal Iron Fist. Now, the Netflix show came out not too long ago, and it was not very good.
It's bad.
So, let's hope they redeem it. However, this is known by a lot of people as one of the best Iron Fist runs, and it goes a lot into the backstory of the previous Iron Fists and how they use their chi, and people say it's a pretty iconic series. Now, I haven't read this yet. I think I've read the first, little piece of it online, so I'm really excited to read this one and get into it and see if it can redeem Iron Fist a little bit after the lackluster Netflix showing.
The female characters on this look so legit. Like, what?
Oh yeah, they're cool.
She looks awesome. The second one I picked up was Paper Girls. I've heard a lot of good things about this from other people in my kind of book comic community online, and it's about these newspaper delivery girls back in the 80s that uncover this like weird, dramatic, supernatural thing going on in their town or their suburban area. So it just sounds really interesting, and I actually really like the artwork. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about this one, and I've heard a lot of good things from people who have read this one.
I actually just saw on the back here it's written by the same guy who wrote Saga.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. If you watched our last haul, I got the first Saga because I've heard really good things.
The next one I got was the Secret Wars big Marvel event. And I had never read this before. I'd heard a little bit about it, and I know now they're spinning off a ton of stuff about it. Yeah, it's pretty fat. And this is pretty much the last time in comics lately we've seen the Fantastic Four because of Marvel kind of smushing them out because they want their movies back. But people have mixed opinions about this, and I'm interested to read it. I started reading a little bit of it, and it is confusing so far.
It's pretty though.
Yeah, the artwork is really well done, and the coloring in it is just beautiful. So I'm really excited to read this whole thing, see what I think about it, because like I said, there are some mixed opinions, and especially where it's taken the Marvel Universe at this point. So I need to catch up.
Another one I picked up based on other people's glowing recommendation was Lumberjanes. This is about 5 female characters who are at a summer camp, I believe, and they run into these like magical quests and like supernatural creatures, and like the description literally says that they're 5 rad butt-kicking best pals, and I'm all about that. And so I'm really excited to get into this one. It just seems really interesting, and the artwork's a little bit different from other comics that I've seen, so
yeah, a little more cartoony.
Yes, but I've heard really good things.
Alright, the last big volume I picked up was the complete collection of the new Avengers. And I've heard really good things about this run with this team, and it has some of my favorites. I love Spider-Man, and I don't see a lot of Sentry, which is this guy over here. He's basically like crazy powerful, but is kind of psychotic. So I'm really interested to read this one. Like I said, I've heard really good things, and this thing is huge, and it's the complete collection for the new Avengers.
You picked up so many huge ones.
Yeah, because, like I said, normally these things, like, this is $40 normally, and ended up getting it for, like, it was like $25, $24. So it was quite the steal, and I'm excited to read it.
The last one I picked up, and possibly the one I'm most excited for, is the Miss Marvel. I've heard so many good things about this since it was first printed. One of the really cool things about this is that this Miss Marvel is Muslim, which I think is a really cool piece of representation in comics, something you don't often see, especially in the superhero genre. So, and I just heard that this storyline is really well written, so I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from inside and outside the comic community, so I want to read that one too.
Plus, I just really love this artwork and like this cover. It's very pretty.
Yeah, say what you want about the quality of Marvel Comics, but the visuals lately is their artists.
All of these, as we're flipping through them, are just beautiful. This one's a little bit different from the ones you picked up. It's a little more like cartoonish, but like.
But it's a little more stylized, but still, it's beautiful. Like,
but it's
the
not
amount
like
of
these
detail.
Bright, typical superhero ones like these ones you have. But I'm excited to read this one. So that's all the comics we picked up in this super crazy sale at our local store. If you have read any of these and have good or bad opinions about them, let us know. No spoilers, obviously. But let us know what you think of these ones and if you recommend that we read certain ones before others because they're better. And we would love to chat with you. Also, if you have any other recommendations for comic books that you absolutely love, especially like the volume ones, I personally love reading them as volumes, which I think you like the individual ones a little bit more.
Well, no, I like the big volumes because it's just easier than trying to read like a 10-page comic at a time. Not into that. I prefer to get them when like it's all together. You can read the full story.
So if you have any recommendations for those big old volumes, let us know, and we might pick those up next time we get some. I think we have plenty of reading materials from our last haul and this haul to last us a while, but we'll keep your recommendations in mind.
And if you enjoyed this video, please click that like button down below and subscribe. Like we said, this is our second comic book video, but we want to try bringing more comic stuff as we read more and more of them to our channel. And if you want to see some of our other videos or our past comic book haul, you guys can click right over there. And we'll see you next time.